It's Masculine Monday with Ruth and
Tom.
Hey.
Good evening. Hello, everyone.
This is what happens when my husband has a week off. He gets commandeered to come and help me do Masculine Monday. So, hi everybody. Nice to see you. And if you're here for the first time, say hello. Thanks for watching the replay, guys, as well. So, oh, I've got my sound on. I shouldn't have had my sound on. I'm trying to see the comments. So, so Monday, I try and do something a little bit more on the masculine side. Or I have a masculine guest. I think that's the kind of program at the moment. Oh my goodness, I can't.
Failing that,
you
get me.
That, yeah. What, you're not masculine? No, I can assure you everybody Tom is masculine. Right. Has she started yet? Oh, Janine, replay. Tell Janine to refresh. Refresh. Janine.
Good evening, Esther. Yes, they are my choice.
Yes, Tom's choice of colours. He said, I want a dark blue, a light blue, and a burnt orange. So there we go. Yeah. So hi everybody. Martina's been sticking around as instructed. Well done, Martina. Hi Valerie. Hi Janine. Christine. Thanks for those who watched the... Oh, what's going on with my computer? Oh, that's a bit strange. Oh, anyway. Hi Chris. Hi Kelly. Susan. Yeah, I lost connection too then. Tom, don't you start watching because I don't want your internet on.
I just turned my internet off.
Oh, well done. Yeah, no, I had to skip as well. Yeah, so we were buffering as well, Martina, like because I've got a screen in front of me. Hi, Jocelyn. Okay, so Tom, get your stamps out then. Come on.
Okay.
And I'll mount them up for you.
Thank you.
Which one did you want?
I think probably that one to start with.
So Tom's going to be making some
and I was going to have it on a stem.
Marks? You want it on a stem?
Like that.
Oh, that's a treat for everybody. Normally I don't use stems.
There we go.
Right, so what else would you like?
I think we're going to use this one. There you go.
There we go.
I don't think we'll use the moustache.
No.
So I'll put that back.
No.
And the leaf and the other leaf. The leaf and the leaf. And that's all I'm thinking about for now.
Okay.
You
don't want to be overwhelmed. So, if you're a beginner stamper, watch Tom. Because he's a beginner stamper too, you see.
Yes.
So he thinks how a beginner stamper thinks. Oh, just remembered you should have some mats underneath you. Do you remember why?
In case I fall over while stamping.
Oh yeah, you could like dive. You might fall asleep of boredom and just like plonk your head down there. No. It's because these don't have any cushioning. So if we give a bit of cushioning underneath, it helps to transfer the ink better onto your paper.
Okay.
So
do some stamps have cushioning then?
Yeah, the rubber stamps have cushioning.
Are those the brown ones?
Yes.
All right. Okay, here we go. Let's I can never open
pull.
These.
Just pull.
Pull. Oh, there we go. Right, so I think I'm going to do this along here. So we're making bookmarks.
Yes. Martina says she's all keyed up to enjoy your precision stamping.
So that's... So if I want that there, roughly I want it sort of there, don't I? One. Right.
I'm just cleaning my glasses, everybody. I love using the Stampin' Up spray to clean my glasses. It makes my glasses smell lovely.
These don't all have to be the same height exactly, because they're going to be bookmarks.
Absolutely, yeah. Hi Elizabeth. Hi Roberta.
That's a good thing actually.
It's such a treat when you do clean your glasses. It is, Roberta. It is. Suddenly the world becomes a better place, a brighter place, a clearer place. Oh dear.
There we go.
How's Miss Janine doing? Oh, she's fine. She's saying thank you to Chris. So for those of you who are expecting my hands, we're doing proper masculine Monday today.
I did check my nails just before we came on though.
To make sure they weren't too long.
To make sure I'd cut them recently actually. But yeah.
Very wet in Southwest Ontario.
So that's done.
Well done.
So now I need to...
I'll clean that for you.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to do this bit.
Oh, you've got a little bug.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry. That's close. The other day I had those, you know, those sort of like crane fly things flying around.
Crane flies?
Yeah, one of them came in here and it was like fluttering all over the place. I kept stamping though, didn't I? I kept stamping. Hello, Miss Heidi. Good morning again. Wet in Illinois. I love it. I get the weather forecast for around the world on this channel. It's great. I know. Isn't it? I wish I had an assistant, Deborah. Maybe I should be paying little childrens to come and be my cleaners.
Go.
Wow.
Look at that. There
Look
we are.
at that.
So that's that
Masterpiece.
one. Now
You got your little leaves.
Just out of the way for a minute.
Yeah, well done.
And what I'm thinking now is to use this one.
The other side. Yeah.
To do the big flower.
Okay. The other side. The other side.
The other side.
Where the thumb hole is. One night I was watching a class and made a comment how the picture was not clear, only to find out my glasses were dirty. Oh, it happens. I have people telling me that they can't hear me very well, and I suspect it's sometimes because they haven't turned the sound up on their devices.
Right, so I think...
Oh, Tom showing his skills, says Nessa. Yes.
So I think it's
just move that over you.
What I have to do
Looks
now.
like you might have got something stuck to your stamp, but go on, stamp it again, and we'll have another look.
Oh,
yeah.
there.
We'll have a right. So you need to overlap it just a
it.
wee bit. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, there's like a hair. Usually there's just something. Can you see the...
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, try again.
Thank you.
And sometimes it's the stamp can be clean and there's just something little on the ink pad and it will transfer. Yes, Tom chose the stamp set. He chose the colours. He said dark blue, light blue and a burnt orange. So I gave him Night of Navy, Balmy Blue and Cajun Craze. So. Hi, Sylvia.
Oh, well, I have to say, I'm still recovering.
Oh, yes, you are.
Because we had a significant pudding this evening, didn't we?
Yeah.
Cherry.
I think I've told them about Sidoli's. I don't know if I know. Oh, you've got another hair on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh.
There is. I'll just do another ink. Yeah, we're very fortunate in Welshpool to have a cake factory on the industrial estate, and they also have an outlet shop, so we can go and buy pudding, like massive puddings, massive cakes, for about £5 or less sometimes. So I'd not eaten this one before. What was it called? A cherry?
I think it was called cherry chocolate cake pie or something. Cherry pie. Chocolate cherry
definitely had
pie
the word
cake.
cherry, chocolate and pie in it, didn't it?
Yeah.
So we had no clue. We'd not had it before. So when we unwrapped it, it just looked like a fabulous kind of like chocolate cake with cherry pieces on the top. And then, but you cut into it, and Tom said it's like eating two puddings, really.
Well, when you slice it,
Yeah.
you take a slice out, you realise it literally is a cherry pie within a chocolate cake. You can see the pie and the chocolate cake around it. Literally two puddings.
So I had
in
half a
one.
slice. Did you have half a slice?
I had half a slice, but it still counts
But
as
hold
a full
on. And what did you need to put with it to help it go down?
ice cream,
There we go.
because it needed ice cream with it
And did
to,
there
to make it
was there
moister.
something else?
The
Hold
regret
on.
came
Before
later.
before
I'm
you
just
do that, what you said you wanted to use those as well. So why
Yeah,
don't you
so-
put your little flower, your leaves in there?
yeah, okay.
Because you're not going to fit a flower in there.
No, I know. I just thought they might overlap, but I don't know.
They will overlap, yeah.
So now,
Yes. So Tom now is full of regret. Well, for tea we had jacket potato, beef stew,
oh, it's nice beef stew, baked beans,
baked beans, cheese,
and I had salad though.
salad, and lasagna.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have to explain that we have friends visiting.
Yeah.
They have 3 kids. So there's 5 other people with our family. And you know when you have lots of children and you haven't seen some of those children for quite a while, so you don't really know what they like eating, or you're told that they like certain things, you have to almost cook like 2 meals just to make sure everybody's happy, you know, because you don't want people coming to visit and then them going hungry. Hence there was quite a lot of variety, put it that way. It all got pretty much eaten. There's only a little bit of stew, and I don't even know if there's any baked beans left. So what are you doing here?
I'm just going to put leaves, and then I'm going to do the other
the other leaf.
The other leaf, yeah.
So they sort of like falling down.
Yeah, yeah.
So remember, if I was to cut this into bits, then really needs to be a leaf in every section.
Yeah. So I'm going to switch to the other leaf now.
Okay. Oh, Lorraine, that sounds horrible. Lorraine has just, her toe was twisting, so the surgeon has just cut the tendon to release it. Oof. Oh, hold on, that's a Schwartz. 2 of my favourite cherry pie and chocolate cake. Martina says it's a Schwarzwälder Kirschkuchen. Is that an actual thing? Oh, hi Susan, nice to see you. Well, we did need to eat lots. We went for a walk this afternoon to Montgomery Castle. Well, we drove to the top of the hill. We cheated a bit because Montgomery Castle's on top of the hill. So we drove to the top of the hill and then walked around quite a bit, and some of the children rolled down various hills and climbed walls. And we managed to get there just as it was, you know, when it's sunny but cloudy and a little bit rainy, and we saw the most gorgeous rainbow. So we're at the top of this hill on this castle ruins, overlooking quite a stretch of sort of the landscape, and there was just this beautiful, like, huge rainbow. And you know how like rainbows kind of go in and out of the strength. So, you know, sometimes it's super strong, sometimes it isn't. And at one point it was like a double. There was a tiny little rainbow underneath the big rainbow. And then there was like another rainbow a little bit further away from it. So at one point it was like a triple rainbow. So that was really special. That was really lovely. Did May manage to fulfill her list of what she wanted to do today? Oh.
I wonder if I could do with those little flowers from that stamp.
You want the little flowers now?
Little one,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Tom. Hi, says Phoebe. Is tea time a meal? Well, yeah, dinner really, not tea. Tea strictly is more kind of sandwiches and crisps and cake and cup of tea. But some people call tea time, it's like they would have their dinner at tea time, but call it the tea. Oh, it gets so confusing. But then some people call the evening meal supper, whereas I call supper what you have just before you go to bed. So, I know, I don't understand myself saying it, Martina. You have to ask Esther as well. I'll ask you to say it because your German accent is impeccable. I know. I can't speak German. Are foreigners welcome? What's that? To the castle, says Elizabeth. What do you mean? I'm looking forward to not walking on the right. Oh, Lorraine. Oh, I hope it gets better soon. Oh yes, Heidi, you can laugh too. You're allowed to because you know how it should be pronounced properly. Bedtime snack is supper is a meal at 6. Oh, I see. Supper is at meal at 6. Yeah. So what part of the UK do you live, Joanne? Because it all depends where you live, I think. I think my friend who lived at more north Derbyshire way, she called supper, have supper at mealtime at 6, yes. Oh, look at Tom go. All his little flowers.
It fills the...
That's it. You look for
Space,
the spaces. That's it. I'm going to see the replay just to hear Ruth try and pronounce the new word. She's on the mend, I think, Martina. Just a long mend. We will show you how to say it on our next Zoom, okay? All right, then. That's fair enough. So welcome if you're just joining. It's Ruth from Artful Stampin here. Thank you. Welcome to my channel. And it's my husband Tom doing the stamping today. And we're going to be making some bookmarks. So he wants to give these to some of his preacher friends. And he's going to be stamping a little verse or something here somewhere. But he's just happily stamping away.
There we go. I think that's...
You're done, are you?
Yes. What do you think? Do you think this?
Yeah. No, it's fine. Very nice.
Yeah, so I thought when we have our next, we call it a fraternal, when ministers from sort of mid Wales, some of the churches around mid Wales, independent churches mainly, just meet together every couple of months. So I thought, oh, it'd be nice to give everyone a bookmark, a simple present to give when we meet in November as a sort of Christmas gift. So probably some of them will get bookmarks I made. Some will get bookmarks Ruth made. We'll see if there's any difference in response. You know, I won't ask for a vote.
So I'm cutting these at 1 13/16. So it's basically 2 inches minus 3/16. And what colour would you like to mount these onto?
Oh no, you're pushing me over the edge now. I think 3 colours. 3 colour choices is about as much as I can manage in one evening. But so they're going to go on something. They're going to be stuck on card. You mean?
Yeah, they're going to have a little border.
So maybe we need to get a few choices and then have a look and see what they actually look like.
And he said, nice to see Tom in the
inner
inner sanctum
sanctum.
of the Ruthette Kingdom. I cut that one wrong, apparently.
There we go.
Okay, so what colour do you think you want it? I mean, you've not got a lot of navy, so
Maybe navy then.
I think the navy will look good. I've got some.
Okay. Oh,
What am I saying?
wow, good.
Right, so then open this up.
Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah, a touch of autumn there. Oh, hi, Ivy. I call midnight pizza severe heartburn. Yeah.
Oh, same here. That's it. Oh, that does look good, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's one of the downsides of getting older, I think. Heartburn. Your body can't take late night food.
Oh my goodness, no. I used to stay up so late when I was a student, eating toast at 3 o'clock in the morning. Right, so I'm now cutting these at just under 2 inches. So these are 2 inches minus a 16th. It's just under 5 centimetres. That is a good expression, isn't it? The inner sanctum of the Ruthette Kingdom. Apparently people who follow me are now called the Ruthettes.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Although it's not really an inner sanctum, it's an outer sanctum, really. Do you think?
Inner,
'Cause
outer
it's in our
sanctum.
garden.
Let me see. Right, do you want to start gluing those, please?
That's a little bit.
I know, I'll sort
rough,
it out. Yeah.
Thank you. So there's glue.
Just getting the glue ready for hubby. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Too much.
So just, I tend to just put a bit.
Like that. I
That's
can do
enough.
that. Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can. Yeah, I think I can do that.
Right. So just make sure it has a little bit of a border all the way around.
So I'm looking forward this week. As Ruth said, I'm on holiday, on leave anyway, on a break. And on Friday, I'm getting to go to a comic shop. Oops. Which is a big treat for me.
Exciting.
Don't get to do that very often. But what's even more important is I'm getting to go on my own to a comic shop, because probably it's a bit like when I go with Ruth. If I ever go with Ruth in a wool shop,
I'd rather you weren't there to
yeah,
see how much
it
I'm
kind of,
spending.
you feel like, well, I wasn't going to say that actually. I was going to say the pressure of time, you know, because you're aware someone's there who's not.
Yeah.
This isn't coming out. So, and it's the same with a comic shop. You know, you go in a comic shop, especially this one that I know of, and there's just so much to look at. But when there's family members with you, you're just very aware of it.
I'll go find the wool shop while
Right,
you're in the comic shop.
oh, there we go. Okay, oh, that's great. Thank you very much. So that is my treat that I'm looking forward to this week. Over there.
Hi, Deborah. Tom, you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
So, Sue LeBlanc.
And the other thing I'm going to do this week is not eat any more pudding.
I'll let you know next week what he really
How I say.
does.
I'm more savoury.
Because I think there are plans afoot for us to go to an all-you-can-eat buffet next Saturday.
Well, I think it's just a case of not eating the pudding, because I don't really hold back on the savoury. So
The trick with the savoury as well is don't eat the carbs.
Oh yeah, that's what they
Just
say, isn't it? Especially at an all-you-can-eat.
No, at all-you-can-eat buffet, I'm
Avoid
not
the
planning
rice
to
and
eat.
the bread.
I'm not eating rice. I'm not going to eat noodles. I'm just going to eat the meat and the veg.
Yeah.
So I can get a taste of everything and fit it in. Lorraine says she doesn't believe you.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll have to do another Masculine Monday, won't I, next Monday?
Yeah. I think you'll be sitting further away from the chair, the table. Night, Shirley. Rest well.
Good night.
Oh, your backyard is now a swimming pool. Oh dear. That's a lot of rain then. See? Hi, Bonnie. Growing up isn't mandatory, no.
No.
Martina. Elizabeth, you are old if you have to go and see an archaeologist for treatment. I like that. Hi, Nydia. It's nice to see you. I know they're coming together all right.
I like this glue technique.
You can go quicker. It doesn't actually have to be as thick as that.
Oh.
Hi, Karen. No, don't grow up. Just get older. What do they say? Oh. A man is as old as a woman the woman they feel.
I wouldn't know about that.
Well, I'm younger than you, so you're always younger than what your age is.
Oh.
Growing up is a trap. Oh, don't worry. Always trim off the top. We're going to have it made by Tom little sticker, aren't we?
Yeah, but you could put under the supervision of Ruth. Give people a little bit of reassurance. There we go.
Yes, Mrs. Hudson used to say, don't grow old, stay young.
So we'll then have a little, we'll work out a...
Yeah, we do have some Bible verse stamps, but they're not stamped.
Verses up there. And then those go in a plastic thing with a ribbon on top.
A plastic thing with a ribbon on?
Yeah. Because a lot of the guys I meet, the pastors and ministers, they have a lot of books. So I don't really want to get people books because they've got lots of books. But bookmarks, I always need bookmarks. And I always lose bookmarks. Because I leave them sometimes in books that I don't finish. Or I put them down somewhere. Don't keep track of them, but bookmarks are always useful.
There we go.
Okay,
people who know pastors, get them bookmarks.
Thank you, Heidi.
Bookmarks and book tokens. Oh no, probably not a book token. Right, just see what I've got.
So what are these?
Don't know. God bless you. Thanks be to God. Cast all your cares on him.
Maybe
Tomorrow,
cast all your cares on him.
About itself. Pray God. I don't know if it'll. Yeah, see if it'll fit.
It fits.
Oh, there we go.
Which colour? I think the dark.
I think the blue. Yeah. Good choice. Move that away. Don't need that one now. Oh, I haven't got that on a stamp, Phoebe.
Like an escape room puzzle, this.
The name of the Lord is a strong tower. I've got these lovely ones from another company, Amazing Grace. But these are a bit big. These are more for Bible journaling. God, for God so loved the world. Trust in the Lord. Give it a firm push.
Okay.
That's a good idea, Martina. She said, I made myself double-length bookmarks folded in half and stuck some flat magnets inside so the bookmark clings to the page and doesn't get lost.
Ah.
You did get your pastor bookmarks last birthday. This year he got a money tin that said emergency donut fund on it. That's funny. I found a bookmark in a book that somebody used. It was a check. So I know who had the book before me.
Yeah, this is going far less disastrously
Mm.
than I was anticipating.
Oh,
That's
you're
good,
getting better at it. Hello, Ian. There we go. Another guy to give you a boost. Tom's stamping tonight, Ian.
Hello, Ian.
No, it's not a Stampin' Up stamp, unfortunately. It was made by... they don't exist anymore, unfortunately. It's Verve stamps. Yeah, you might be able to pick them up secondhand. Verve. I don't think they exist anyway. You might just have to double check that. Some of them, I'm not sure if I've got some from Paper Tray Ink as well. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I'm afraid they're not Stampin' Up. But I keep a good stash of nice Bible verse stamps. Come down a bit. Okay. So there you have it. Well done. 30 minutes, that's not bad. To make 6 bookmarks. So these then go into little plastic pockets to keep them safe, because if these were to get wet they obviously would get damaged. So there we go.
Thank you.
Are you late again? Only half an hour. It's okay, Ian. Oh, well done, Sue. In the last 3 days, Sue has made 200 cards for children in hospitals.
Is there a technique for getting these?
Is there a technique?
Getting these all the way to the end.
I might be. I just need to trim it a little bit. These might be the tight ones. Okay, so this is the very reason that I cut these just under 2 inches, because although these are advertised as 2-inch cellophanes, they're not quite. I'll be patient and just, I'll do that.
Okay.
So you have to kind of push that in. Hence my funny measurements. You know when I give out my funny kind of not quite 2-inch measurements? This is why. You're stuffed with a cold. Oh no, Sue. Lots of lemon and honey and an early night. Filmed a mini booklet. Oh, how exciting. Well, I'm having another, for those of you who are interested in doing my style of junk journaling, I'm having another junk journal day on the 6th of November. So I'm just asking for a minimum of £5 donation, but if you'd like to give more, because to actually really finish a junk journal, you need about at least 3 hours to kind of get into it. And so the Zoom is going to be going on all day, but I'm going to be available for specific periods just to kind of get you started. Yeah, these used to be Stampin' Up. You'd literally go on eBay, Janine, just Google or go on eBay, 2 by 8 inch cellophane, and it will come up. So yeah, no problem. Oh, Karen, you're going to join me again. Oh, fabulous. Right, shall I do a one sheet wonder then with the same colours and the same stamp set?
The challenge is on. Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna
Yeah. And then we'll score.
and then they can score. They can vote.
Right. I will move.
They can.
Out of
They
the
can
way.
maybe donate something for
Get my
you
slippers
to
back
buy a
on.
comic. Yeah, who wants to super chat Tom
I don't think so.
to get a comic? You can massage my shoulders, they say now.
Yeah.
Right, where's my paper? Lorraine's already started putting her kit together for the Zoom. Woohoo! You're good. You're ahead of the game. Okay, so you just need to email me. No, actually, you don't need to email me. I will pop the link up in a second, straight to PayPal me. So I'm just asking for a donation, but you can put whatever amount in the donation pot. So this is the second time I've done it, so I'm still sort of evaluating my costing structures. That's a posh way of saying, yeah, I'm figuring it out. And I will get the link for you to donate. Let me just search for the link there. Okay, it's coming up now, guys. Oh, you can't make the 6th. Okay. Sorry about that, Nessa. You seem to enjoy the last one. Actually, Nessa enjoyed it so much, she made 2 junk journals last time. You were very productive. Right, so you know what? I might even just use the stamps you got out, but I'm going to do something a bit different with them. I need a moment. Just need a moment. Okay, so I've got the stem one here. More bugs. Right, I'm going to flip. Oh, Vicky, thank you. Is that for Tom? If you say that's for Tom, I'll give him a treat to go to the comic shop, Vic.
Oh, thank you.
For Tom's comic. Oh, thank you. Right, I'll put it in the Tom fund.
It's a really great comic shop.
Yeah.
They have lots of
Doesn't
boxes of comics that are like 10 for £5. Just old 80s and 70s comics from when I was growing up. So, and it's very near where we
Tell them the story about your nan, how you got into comics.
Oh, well, when you can call me Tim, I don't mind. Yeah, when I was growing up, my reading wasn't very good. So my gran, back in the 70s, you didn't just have the monthly comics that America produced, but they would, like the Marvel ones, they would reprint them on a weekly basis in black and white in the UK. So you'd have like Hulk Weekly and Spider-Man Weekly and Marvel Team Up Weekly and Marvel Super Adventure Weekly and Future Tense Weekly. All these weeklies. It was just like amazing. So my gran, to help my reading, would apparently almost every day, because I can't remember this, I just remember I used to get a lot of comics. She would buy a comic to help me read. And so it did help me read. And my parents were greatly, ironically disappointed because they weren't too keen on comics.
Do you remember when your mum went into a comic shop?
Yeah, so there was a comic shop in
near
where I grew up in Bristol, and it was when I first went there, it was very small, and of course comics in those days, this was the sort of late 80s, it was all inky paper, you know, and you'd read them and the ink would come off on your fingers. And so you'd go in the comic shop and it smelt of ink. But my mum, she's lightened up, I suppose, since then. But she, I went in the comic shop with her, and when she came out, she said it smelt of evil. But there we go.
Well, you never know.
Yeah. So Marvel. I grew up with Marvel comics. Never really got into DC, so I grew up with Spider-Man and Captain America and the Avengers rather than Superman and Batman. And in our also a popular comic back then, and still is today, was the Beano and the Dandy. So they were kids comics on a weekly basis.
Yep.
With the Beano, one of the Whizzer and Chips, that was another one. Buster. There was all kinds of comics for a while. And then and of course the Beano had Dennis the Menace, which is a different Dennis the Menace to the one you have in America. Very different character, but still a mischievous boy.
Oh, so is the film Dennis based on the American?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a little bit more wholesome than Dennis the Menace,
the British one. Mr. Wilson.
And then as I grew up, so I moved from getting Hulk and Spider-Man weekly and those sort of things to getting the Eagle. Some of you may have heard of the Eagle with Dan Dare. And then on to 2000 AD. And then I discovered underground comics in my local comic shop. And that then just opened your eyes to a whole new thing, yeah. Bash Street Kids.
There we go. Ian started with 2000 AD, 6p in 1977.
Yeah, 6p. Still going, but not as popular as it was back then.
What part of Bristol did you grow up in, Ness is asking? Clifton?
It was, mainly in Clifton, in a park called Redland. But my school was near a big street of shops, and at the bottom of the street was Forever People, the comic shop.
Oh, but your mum loved that.
Loads of comics. And then they also had a second-hand book section at the top floor. And I discovered Stephen King and an author called Harlan Ellison, and those are the two guys I read for most of my teenage years. So those are the days. So I don't. Okay. Oh, cool.
Ivy says she loves the Bash Street Kids.
Yeah, they were great. I think we've got one of their annuals upstairs. So I don't generally buy a lot of comics now.
Jaden got into reading.
But I do enjoy going in a comic shop, and this, especially when there's cheap comics and they're from the 70s and 80s, and you just see things that, appeal. So
it's a bit nostalgic.
So when I get the opportunity, because there aren't any comic shops really near here, but Harlan Ellison, he was, quite an author. Not everyone's cup of tea, obviously, no one is, but I used to read his stuff. I remember actually talking about my gran buying me comics, and Elizabeth says her husband has an extensive comic book collection.
Oh, really?
Very good. Mine's a lot smaller now than it used to be. I've got rid of a lot of comics over time because it just takes up a lot of room.
You've moved to Kindle though, haven't you?
Yeah, so I read more on Kindle. If you're interested in comics at all, I'll tell you a good comic to get on Kindle. Usagi Yojimbo.
Oh yeah.
Which is a really, really good read on Kindle because it's a great comic. Generally, sort of an all-age comic, pretty much.
What sort of age? You talking like 12 up?
Yeah, 12 and up, but I've nothing in it that's horrible. But and all the characters are like animals. And a rabbit samurai is the main character. But great read on Kindle, very easy to read on Kindle. But so my gran, I remember the year my gran, when I was a teenager, bought me for Christmas a Harlan Ellison book.
Because you asked her to.
Yeah, I did ask her to, but it's the sort of thing that I just couldn't imagine. I think she bought it because she didn't really know
what it was.
It was like. But it was called Sleepless Nights in the Procrustean Bed. And I just thought, wow, it's great that your gran is willing to buy a book with that title. So yeah.
I don't think she ever read it.
No. It was nice of her to do it. So there we go. Betty and Veronica. Well, I have Archie comics, Sue. I have a load of Archie comics because the comics I collect now are Christian comics from the sort of 70s and 80s. And there are a few of those published by Spire Christian Comics with Archie as and his gang as the characters. So I have a load of those.
Tom's got aspirations for his own YouTube channel.
Yeah, so my thought is to do a YouTube channel just about retro Christian comics. Things like some of the Archie ones. There were some Dennis ones, actually, the American Dennis the Menace and the Bible Kids. That was another short series they did. Then, of course, there was the Crusaders by Jack Chick. Probably some of you have heard of Jack Chick and his little tracts. He did some comics as well. And then there was British ones by a British organisation called World Evangelisation Crusade, WEC. So they did a load of comics. And then there's some underground ones as well. Rick Griffin. But anyway.
So on your channel, were you thinking of doing like a history, like?
I'm thinking of doing 3-minute videos on individual comics. I do the voiceover for, with a montage of images scanned from the comics. But also then occasionally doing longer episodes where you sort of look at a wider variety in one go.
Hi, Pat. Jughead.
Jughead, yeah.
Oh, Ian's just finished Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 11 comic book.
Oh, wow. I've not read those. Yeah.
Ian, you could come on a reading holiday.
What have I just read? Oh, I've just read. Ian might know these. Frank Miller's first run. This is very nerdy, isn't it? It's getting very nerdy now.
Very nerdy on my channel.
I've just finished rereading Frank Miller's first run on the Daredevil comic, which is a really good run from the sort of late 80s, mid to late 80s. But there you go.
Karen says she thinks that would be really interesting. Ian would love that. Martina says she never imagined such a thing like Christian comics existed.
Yeah, it's like
it's like a little underground world.
Subculture within a subculture.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
There's tons of them. Well, not tons, but there's at least a big box full.
Yes, there's a box. Yeah. So every so often, Tom will go, "Oh, this really rare comic has come up on eBay. Yeah, can I get it?"
I rarely spend a lot of money on a comic,
but occasionally he'll spend £5.
The other day.
Or £10.
And it was very, very, very rare, but really, really interesting. By this surfer called Rick Griffin.
Oh, Ian's not read any Daredevil.
Ah,
yeah, well, Ian, if you and oh, hold on, it'll come to me. Forgotten Ian's wife's name. Hold on, Tom, you know. Hold on. Don't tell me, Ian. Don't tell me. Hold on. Oh.
Nancy Drew.
Oh, I love Nancy Drew.
Yeah, May was reading Nancy Drew recently. She likes the mystery comics.
Yeah, she started reading a bit of Sherlock Holmes as well. Ian's wife, I've forgotten her name. Come to me. Don't tell me, Ian, don't tell me. Oh no, my brain. Don't tell me. Oh, Tom's looking it up for me. Hold on.
Don't know which Ian we're talking about.
Ian Potter.
Oh, yeah. It'll come to me.
It'll come to us. Liz, that's it, Liz. Oh my days.
Likes the,
I'm so sorry, Ian. I'm so sorry, Liz, if you're watching. I've met Liz. Oh, I'm so
Actually,
sorry.
those are all characters from Archie, I think. But
Yeah, Liz and Ian, if you're holidaying in mid Wales, yeah, do pop in and grab some comics off
Oh, is
Tom.
that Ian?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come over and read some comics.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't read any Miller Daredevil,
Cool.
the best run was his second run, the Born Again series, with art by David Mazzucchelli. Phenomenal, 7 or 8 ish.
I got there in the end.
But also his first run in the 80s.
Veronica Sue
was it was rereading it was much better than I.
Oh, Heidi, I used to live in my school library and borrow Nancy Drew all the time. And then when I ran out of Nancy Drew, I'd read the Hardy Boys. And then when I ran out of Hardy Boys, I used to read Willard Price, Arctic Adventure, Safari Adventure, all those. I moved to them. But I tried reading a Willard Price, sort of not recently, but a few years ago. I couldn't read it. It was really outdated. I just was like, no, it's not as good as I remember it. Yeah, but May's got into Nancy Drew. You've got an entire box of Nancy Drew. Oh, yeah, we managed to pick them up occasionally in charity shops, don't we? Probably if we went on A Books, we'd find them. Actually, there's a fabulous town to the south of us, Hay-on-Wye, and they are renowned for bookshops. Nearly every shop in the town, apart from the cafes, are bookshops, aren't they? We could probably do going down there to do a bit of a book hunt for things. Right. I don't know whether to stop there. What do you think, Thomas?
I was just thinking of the old Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys TV show.
Really?
Yeah, from the early 80s or late 70s.
No.
Great show.
I saw those. I think they appeal to children, the idea that kids can solve a mystery and be significant. I think that's what it is, because there's another series, isn't there, the Roman Mysteries, a more modern series set in Roman times, and I think Luke quite liked those, didn't he? And May has read a few of those, and again, it's like kids solving mysteries, and they have a dog and do various things. So my mum would send me to get dressed and she'd find me hours later still in pyjamas reading in my room. Oh, David Eddings. Yes. I used to read David Eddings in school under the desk. I used to get into trouble. Oh.
The only thing about watching old shows from the 70s and 80s that you watched as a kid is that sometimes they're not, the memory is better than the actual program.
Yeah. Oh, Martina was forbidden to read comics. Oh, we'll bring you some, Martina, when we come over. Yeah, you read a bit when you were a bit older. What did you used to read? Sort of murder mystery type, crime things.
I read Patricia Cornwell.
That's it, Patricia Cornwell.
A few of her books.
Right, I think I'm going to stop there. I've managed to get some marks on there somehow. Water Babies was my favourite book. Now I've got vague memories of that, but I don't think I ever read it all the way through. I remember reading The Little Princess quite a bit. I'd return to that one. And I've tried to get May to read it, but I think because I've suggested she reads it, she's like, no, I don't want to read it. Children of the Stones, The Feathers at Midnight is a Place. Do you know those, Tom? Parker Jameson. Who's that? Oh, I do that sometimes, Janine. I figure stuff out.
Yeah.
I get into trouble for saying it out loud.
Yeah, that aggravates me as well. because I'm not able to do that usually. If I get into watching something, I'm not thinking ahead. So I don't appreciate someone telling me, oh, he's the brother, or something like that. You're like, what? Oh yeah, I suppose, yeah.
No, no. Silver sword.
Wow. I'm trying to think what's today.
Louise Penny. Edith Blyton.
Nicholas Fisk, I remember liking. He was a science fiction author for kids. I don't remember his books, like the titles, but I remember him as an author. The Borrables was another one. The Borrables trilogy.
Oh, we had that until we gave it away. Did we? We still got it?
I think we've got the first one, yeah, because I thought the kids might like it.
Is that Louise? We need to write some of these down. Right, so I'm using the same measurements that I did earlier. If you want to know what they are, watch the earlier one. So basically, I'm cutting the base layer just under 2 inches so that they can slip into the case or the cellophane well. So thank you for watching. Oh, goodness me, we've had such a lovely evening talking about... Oh, no, I cut that one wrong.
Not very
Did
wrong.
I? No?
No.
Oh. No, I have cut these wrong. I've cut these as if... No, that's the only one I've done right. I started cutting them as if they were the other layer. Oh well. I'll just do 2.
Another series I remember, based on books, was The Tripods. I think it was a UK series.
Tom, have you read The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe?
Have I? Yes.
I have too.
A long
many
time
times.
ago.
Yes, I've read the Narnia series a lot. Yeah, love them. Ivy.
Yes, they are, aren't they?
We did an event called...
we did a C.S. Lewis event.
We did a C.S. Lewis and Narnia event. Big fan of C.S. Lewis. Actually, for those of you who are fans of C.S. Lewis, there is a document on Artful Stampin Space with quotations, C.S. Lewis quotations, that are sort of set out in a PDF. If you want to print them onto your very vanilla or basic white cardstock, and then you can stamp around them. I forgot about that. I did that a few years ago, and that is on the Artful Stampin Space in the file section. Terry Brooks. I never got into Terry Brooks. Oh, Janine. Yeah, it's a town. Look it up. Hay-on-Wye. And they have the literary festival once a year there. You will love that. Famous authors go to that. I managed to go and see an interview with Neil Gaiman there just before the Stardust movie came out. And I got his autograph. And I spoke to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Netflix are doing the C.S. Lewis Narnia books, aren't they?
Yes, Netflix have bought the rights.
It'd be interesting to see if they bring that spiritual element out of it, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that was a slight disappointment with some of the
films.
The films they brought out.
Yeah, the films
always
lost.
highlight that.
Yeah.
So.
And the other sad thing about the film, I guess, is that, and I've only had this pointed out to me recently, would you believe, is that C.S. Lewis is the narration, the voice, how do I put it? He's the voice of the narrator. So I forget that the Narnia books actually has a narrator. And you really get a sense of C.S. Lewis through that narration, which you do lose. And that sort of, like his opinion, as it were, throughout the books. And you lose that when you create a screenplay, unless you put a narrator in it. So those lovely comments, like comments about kids' schools, or because of course it's very dangerous to go into a wardrobe and not lock it, you know, all those sort of things. That is the narrator. So. Oh, did you, Navarana? Oh, a few years ago we had a Stampin' Up stamp that had a gorgeous little lamppost and another stamp that had trees. And I stamped Narnia cards. And a friend of mine said, "Oh, can you make me more of these? I want to buy some off you." Because I called them my Narnia cards. So, The Indian in the Cupboard. I've not read that. Oh, Terry Brooks is from my parents' town, and I used to have one of his very first books. Ah. For those of you who are interested, there's a Facebook group called The Inklings. I don't think this is the first time I've spoken about C.S. Lewis. Actually, Cindy is Cindy Nielsen. Are you still on here? She's going to be going to watch the film, the new film about him, because it's only released in America at the moment. Yes, Neil Gaiman is fun. Yes.
Yeah. I was just looking at his. We've got his Sandman series, graphic novels.
Oh yes.
I remember that when we found most of them secondhand. It was years ago, wasn't it?
Yes.
Before we had kids in a market.
Yeah.
And they were like £3 each.
We managed to buy the whole set for like a third or quarter of what they cost.
Yeah, I was thinking about rereading those. I haven't read them in years.
They've just done a sort of
they've done the audio,
dramatic audio version. It's not for children, can I say? It is not for children. It is very much an adult fiction. Please do not let your children listen to it. I need to read what now? The Indian in the Cupboard. Okay. I should be writing this down, Tom. You should be writing all these authors down. The Indian in the Cupboard. Can I get it on Audible? I've got some credits on Audible.
Can you get Matthew McConaughey to narrate it?
Oh, yes. Can you get Matthew McConaughey or Daniel Craig? Actually, I don't know if Daniel Craig's got a nice voice. Has Daniel Craig got a nice voice?
I don't know.
I quite like your voice. You could narrate it too. You could read it to me. What, do you have a few of his books, Wendy? My grandkids call the toilet in my workshop now because it's just behind a wardrobe. That is so cool. Martina, I've been thinking of decorating my downstairs toilet to make it look like the door is a wardrobe, and then putting up like it's Wood's wallpaper. And say, if someone says, can I go to the toilet? I go, yeah, it's just in Narnia.
I can't remember who was the Ian. Who was the author for the tripods? Because I'm thinking I'm sure it wasn't Nicholas Fisk.
I know, Kelly. All these books that have been recommended. Right, there you go. So I didn't really talk much about what I was doing, so you just have to rewatch it. But I basically used roughly what Tom had used, plus a couple of extras. I grabbed in that little mini tulip and that leaf there. So I used the same colours that he did, and just did a design from the top and from the bottom to sort of... Oh, is that stamp still out? The Cast Your Cares. Do you want me to stamp these?
Okay. So
while I'm doing this, please remember to give me a thumbs up on the way out if you've enjoyed this evening. Phantom Tollbooth is awesome. I'm desperate for me to read it. I think I've downloaded it on Kindle actually. It's, yeah, a friend recommended it to me and I absolutely loved it. I found it just so helpful as for a philosophy of life. Those of you who've read it, you'll understand. I love that whole thing about jumping to conclusions, the island of conclusion. John Christopher. Who's John Christopher?
Oh, the author of The Tripod.
Oh, you've got C.S. Lewis, right, Wendy. Yes, Mere Christianity. Yeah. It was not by design, but the feel of them reminds me of Narnia. Oh, yes, please send... yes, message me the pictures, Navarana. Yeah, I've only ever read it once, A Phantom Tollbooth, but I'd really like to read it again. Jane Austen. Well, to my shame, I've not actually read any Jane Austen.
I've read.
I did listen to...
When I was at school, I read a lot of Jane Austen.
Sense and Sensibility on Audible.
And you've watched it
and I've watched it about
many
6,000 times.
Yeah.
The what's her face's version?
Yeah.
The Ang Lee version.
Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson. She
Kate Winslet.
wrote the screenplay. Yeah. Oh, and Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman. I tried reading Phantom Tollbooth out loud one time. I kept laughing, so I gave up. Oh, Phantom Tollbooth is a film. Oh, I didn't know there was a film. Because I kept thinking it would be nice to have a film of it. I did not realise that, Navarana. Oh, Jane Eyre. Ooh. Ooh, nearly got ink on me then. Right, there we go. Where's yours gone? Right. Very nice. Where's my cellophane's gone? Where did I put my packet? Cellophane.
You moved them out of the way.
Oh, they're done. Yes, May said that she preferred the book of A Wrinkle in Time as well. Yeah. Hi, Jenny. Yes, it absolutely. It's a good adaptation because it's not trying. You know, you can't fit everything in, obviously, but it just holds so well together. So. We've been talking about books for those people who are just joining. And ended up having a massive conversation about comics from childhood, books. Oh, it's quite an old film, 80s or 90s. Oh, a Pixar one. I did not realise that Pixar had done one. Right, I definitely want to get May to read it first before she sees the film then. I don't want to spoil it for her. Although she's watched, I think she's probably watched the 2 versions of Little Women. Yes, I do put a hole in my cellophane. Oh, I've got my new special machine. That big blue chopper thing up there. Pass me that. I bought I treated myself, guys. So those of you who are going to be coming to the Junk Journal Zoom, I bought one of these. Look. After the last one, I thought, I'm going to treat myself. So this cuts holes and it sets eyelets. But for this, I'm just going to get it to cut a hole. There we go. Ta-da! Oh, yes, Sanditon wasn't... Yes. Yeah, she didn't quite finish it, did she? Hi, Lily Taylor. Welcome. Lisa, these did come from Stampin' Up, but we don't sell them anymore, unfortunately. So just go on eBay or Google and just look for 2 by 8 inch cellophane, and they will come up. And very inexpensive, I have to say. I think sometimes people use them to put like Pop-Tarts or sweets. That's, I think, what people generally use them for. So, oh, did you guys like my stuffed envelope from the weekend? I think some of, well, probably a lot of you have seen it already, but if you haven't, oh, where's it gone? Oh, here it is.
Cake pops, yeah, not Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, sorry, cake pops, not Pop-Tarts. Yeah. So, yeah, that would be quite fun. Can you imagine like that full of sweets and tucked in? You could do that as well. Look. Isn't that cute, Tom?
Mm.
It's got tea bags, sleepies, a notebook, a bookmark, and then little post-it notes. I think my favourite little thing is a cat. Martina, what do you think of my little black cat? Isn't that cute? Yeah, so if you didn't see this, go check out Sunday's video where I explain how I kind of put it together. Now, I do recommend, and I have put the link now because I forgot to do it. The link to the blog post is on the video. And please do check out the other hoppers because they show such different ways of making envelopes. It was just fascinating. So Sarah Levin made hers using a paper bag that she covered, and then she did this really cool thing where I won't tell you, go and watch it. I was going to tell you something, but no, go watch it. Yeah, and so everybody's is just different but similar, but some really useful tips about how to put your stuffed envelopes together. So I do recommend that blog hop. It was really, really good fun. So, right. Lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for the super chat, Miss Vicky. I'll give Tom some pennies to go spend at the comic shop. And thank you all for your literary suggestions. And oh, look, we can mix these up now. Look. One of yours, one of mine, one of yours. I think that's probably enough for your fraternal, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, they're all together, yeah. I mean, if everybody
There's
comes,
12.
that'd be enough, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And then you can choose some ribbon or
That's fine.
whatever.
I'll go for a dark blue again.
I've got some really lovely velvet ribbon here. Oh dear. Oh. But what I would do is get a little bit of twine, put that there like that, and then tie the twine around that. Because to try and get that to stay in, it's not going to be very easy.
Yep.
Take care, Elizabeth. Have a fabulous time at your card club.
Yeah. I'll have to bring the comics on, won't I?
Oh,
next
yes.
Monday.
Oh, quick, you can still super chat. Thanks, Esther.
Ah, thank you, Janine.
Oh, thank you, Janine. I'll be sure to pass it on.
It'll be like
it's his holiday.
pick a mix.
I know. You'll have to. I know. You'll have to get the 10 for. What is it? 10 for a
10
fiver.
for a fiver. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Esther's coming
Janine.
in.
Oh, Esther. Oh. Thank you. Bless. Take care, Ivy. Lovely to see you. Everyone. And we'll see you again probably tomorrow. Lots of love.
Right, everyone.
Bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.